Welcome back to Futuroniac. Today we are going to talk about a very controversial topic among fans around the world, but especially Europe: state-governed clubs. They originated in East European society, in the Soviet bloc, to be more precise, in the 20th century. Some say it's more precise origins, let's say, um, were in Czechoslovakia. These clubs were associated with state institutions such as the army, the police, and several industries like the national rail of a particular country. But today we are going to talk about a very interesting case because most of these clubs were dissolved back in the early 90s, late 80s, but in Romania a very controversial thing happened. One of these clubs still exists, which is insane. I'm talking about CSA Steaua Bucharest, a club which historically Steaua Bucharest was one of the most successful clubs in Europe, managing to become the only Eastern European football club to win the European Cup trophy in 1986 against Barcelona in the final, beating them on penalties 2-0. Helmut Ducadam, Steaua goalkeeper, became the first ever and single up to this day, if I'm not mistaken, goalkeeper to manage to save 4 penalties in a shootout, which insane. They made history. But the problem around Steaua is that in the early 2000s, like many other clubs in that time and in the 90s, like I previously said, were privatized. And Steaua Bucharest in particular were privatized and controlled by their new chairman, Gigi Becali, who is a Romanian businessman and has been the owner of the club since 2003. But the Ministry of Defense and the club itself, now I'm meaning CSA Steaua Bucharest, club which got newly formed, I guess, argued that they were the rightful owners to the name, logo, identity, and trophies ever won by the club since its foundation in 1947. This created a lot of controversy. In 2014, after a legal battle, Gigi Becali's FCSB lost the right to use the name of Steaua or the emblem of the club. This meant that they had to change their name to FCSB, which technically stands for Football Club Steaua Bucharest or Bucharest. And another plot twister is that in 2017, CSA Steaua Bucharest, the Army's club, was refounded after kind of disappearing from existence in 2003, and they started in the lower leagues, they got promoted, and they're currently in the second division. The main issue is that the law in Romania states that they're not allowed to promote to the first division as they're not privatized. And I mean owned by a private owner, not the government, which is a big issue. Fans in Romania are really in a heated argument over who are the originals. The thing is, the FCSB have more supporters than Steaua Bucharest, the old club. Right, mate. Enough with the waffle. Now, can we get to Footballzoid? Of course we can. Sorry.
Alright guys, I have returned, but this time in the form of Futuroniac's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for letting me be part of this video, David. And you guys should subscribe if you haven't already, because get this guy to 100 subs by the end of the year. But I'm here to talk to you about Czechoslovak teams. Well, specifically, we just have Slovak teams on the list, but it's fine. The first one is ASVS Dukla Košice. I've specifically asked for this team because I like my roots are in Košice, so got to represent them. This was a team from the 1950s to the 70s, and it was part of the Dukla Association tied to the military. Several teams in the Czechoslovak League were tied with the Dukla Association, which was actually connected to the Ministry of Defense and primarily served as a way for military personnel to be able to play competitively. However, they've eventually just become known as FC Košice, and they actually got promoted a few seasons ago, I think 2 seasons ago, and currently they're 7th in the league, which is, I mean, not too bad, but come on guys, seriously. Step it up. I kind of got smoked by some Košice Academy, FC Košice Academy kids, so, no, I'm joking, I smoked them. Alright, next up we have Dukla Banska Bystrica. It was also part of the Dukla Association, just like FC Košice. And also, if you're wondering, yes, I am in the toilet, because that's a metaphor for how bad they were. Like, even now, Košice smoked them 3-2 a few days ago, so Košice are obviously superior, but it's like a small, well, not that small, but quite a nice town or city in the center of Slovakia. It was like the same kind of situation as FC Košice. Many military personnel were playing for them just so that they could actually, play football competitively. And we've got SK Slovan Bratislava, which was technically, like, it wasn't part of the Dukla Association or anything. It wasn't government owned, however, well, directly, should I say. They were the best team in the Czechoslovak League, like, they're the best Slovak team. Therefore, they did see heavy government support at crucial times for them, which many other Slovak teams just did not see. And they did have state influence because of obviously how good they were. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be on the Footballzoid channel, David. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you on Footballzoid soon.